It's in the game. It's in the game.
Who's playing more online games, College Football 26 or Madden 26?
Xbox, about 68% more than Madden 26. Based on recent data, it's sitting at number 16 in the top 40% of Xbox games, while Madden 26 is at number 27. College Football 26 and Madden 26 share a lot of DNA, but they've got distinct flavors due to their focus on college versus pro football. I'll break down the key gameplay differences based on what's out there. Player movement and physics. College Football 26 feels faster and more fluid, with a responsive movement system that's been praised for mimicking the chaotic energy of college games. Madden 26 has improved its too, but it's slower, more deliberate, reflecting the NFL's technical pace.
Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Sooners will put total weather to crank us up. Out of the end zone. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. And look at him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Looking downfield, it's back. And a dangerous pass there, almost threw a pick in the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little room out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Makes a move.
Now, how often does that happen, huh? Good Lord. Good run.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Opening kickoff returns. My goodness.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Quickly to the tight end. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Off play action. Quickly out to the tight end. There he goes. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the 1st down.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this 1st drive.
Get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Now on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's back. Return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. The quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in his decision-making in this game.
Starting field position for this offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's going to run it. Got a 1st down. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. action on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. To the air, it's back. This time it's complete. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how... Is after the catch.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Gets it out fast. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. With the sure hands, it's Fletcher. And the Hurricanes get enough to move the chains.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And the Canes look to keep this drive humming. Grabbed behind the line, it's Bauman. Breaks into the open. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's back. Tight end finds a soft spot. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He is stopped short, and this defense holds on to this slim 2-point lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Garcia. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Give to the running back. Jumped on top of the pile.
Listen, that ain't what the offense expected, but they're plenty happy about it. You just try to create a little bit of room. I don't want to throw out of my own end zone, right? Then I can create a safety. I'm worried about passing. I'm worried about the quarterback. Even if he slips, something happens. But nice job just creating some space, running.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. The Sooners will move the sticks.
I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. To the air, it's Mateer. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense trying to take it back. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The pull and throw off the RPO. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Snagged out of the air. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Fletcher. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw, it's back. Got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Miami! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Rushes on him. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Miami 20, Oklahoma.
They're lined up and ready to kick off the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Garcia. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Trying play action. He uncorks one deep. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
They'll go to the ground. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
To the air, it's Mateer. Looking to scramble. throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.